Coming up on Rick Dancer TV, we're going to Astoria. We're going to take you to the Crab Man. We'll show you a place you can stay that's over the West Coast's largest historic cannery that's now closed, plus another motor lodge I've always wanted to stay in Yachts. It is such a cool place. And then a local day spa waxes the nose hairs right out of my nose. Yeah? You'll see if it hurts. Coming up next on Rick Dancer TV. I'm not dead. That sounds like something interesting. We're going to take you to Astoria. I love the town. It's a really cool place. Back when I was a kid, it was kind of a rough place, but now it's got nice restaurants, a lot of brew pubs, some really nice places to stay. We're going to introduce you to a guy who knows Astoria because he grew up there.
But I grew up here in Astoria. My family's been here since the 1880s, the turn of the century. My grandfather was a longshoreman and a commercial fisherman.
I didn't get to pick them all out. I picked a few of them. So let them look inside. We're going to go in the middle.
So tell me who you are and what do you do?
My name's Tom Hilton. I own Hanthorne Crab Company here in Astoria, Oregon on Pier 39.
So when did you start doing this?
We started this company May 5th in 2016 based on the idea of having live crab available to the consumers. Can't get it anywhere else like this.
So in Astoria, you are it. You're Mr. Crab.
I am. They consider me the crab man, and I think that's just because I'm always grumpy and hungry all the time.
Yeah, you
That's
seem
why.
really grumpy.
Yeah, all the time.
So I mean, how many in a day? Because the season started pretty late this year.
Yes, season started late this year based on the fact that crab weren't quite full yet, and the fishermen were trying to get a better price. So
that happens every year, that part. But the part being not full was kind of unusual.
Yeah, unusual, yes it was, very unusual. And this is just the start of the season because this started as an experiment, and then just people getting familiar with my company, and the fact that I do advertise in social media, that is the key. People look for crab, they search for crab through social media, they find Astoria.
So why is social media so valuable?
It's valuable for this aspect, the fact that people can find it right away, and it pulls up a map. So, Google Maps. So Facebook has Google Maps, boom, pulls it up. Pier 39 Astoria shows right where it's at.
So what are most people coming in here to get? So they're down here for the weekend, and they're going to cook crab and have dinner. And
Yeah, people come for cooked crab. They want cooked crab.
They want to do it themselves.
Yeah, and local people want live crab. Local people, they'll call me. The idea is that you would call ahead of time, and then I would set you up, so if you wanted 6 cooked crab, they'd be here ready for you to go when you got here.
So tell me about those rooms up there.
The rooms upstairs are Pier 39 Fisherman Suites, and those are available online through Airbnb.
No.
But those were offices upstairs for the original Bumblebee Seafoods, which operated here in Astoria.
And this is like the largest, oldest can.
This is the oldest and last standing salmon tuna cannery on the West Coast. So it was originally built in 1875 by J.L. Hanthorne, and then it became Bumblebee in the 1940s, and then it became cold storage, and they canned everything down in what's known as Uniontown, Philadelphia.
So you get to stay. I mean, that's the cool thing about staying here.
Yeah, people can stay here upstairs. So there's a captain's suite that rents. It faces the entire west side of the northwest corner of the building. And there's also a first mate's and a boat pullers. And those rooms face directly north onto the Columbia River. So you can see ships and tugboats and all those kind of things. There's also a bunkhouse, which is in the center of the building, and that sleeps 6 to 8 people and has a full kitchen. And it's a really great place if you want to come down and spend the weekend or the week here in Astoria.
Tell me for your fish business, how do they find you?
How you can find me is you can go on Facebook under Hanthorne Crab Company or Pier 39 Seafoods, and if you just Google crab in Astoria, Hanthorne Crab Company will come up. So,
Because he is Mr. Crab.
I am. Thank you very much. Jeez.
Okay, that's my idea of a perfect coffee place to stay. Coffee shop in the basement of the pier that you're staying on. That's our room up there in the top. And now I'm going to show you our house guests. So we've got a line of traffic out here. And here are the little creatures that kept us awake. Not really, we slept through them. But they are noisy and obnoxious and loud. And they're so happy to see me. And there they are.
No, I won't, because they're part of our community, and they're a valuable asset to our community because they bring tourism here, and tourism is a very, very valuable part of what Astoria really is.
That's what Astoria's really grown, though. You are becoming quite the little mecca of, but it still has that fisherman's charm.
Yeah, it has the outside charm of a quaint community.
So it's a really different town than it used to be.
Yeah, yeah.
Back in the 80s, it was kind of a rough spot.
It was very
the
tough.
1980s.
Yeah, even the 70s, still pretty rough and tough, and even now, it's still a pretty tough town on the underbelly of Astoria. It's still pretty tough.
But you won't tell me more. You'd have to kill me.
No, that's not true. There's no such thing as mafia. There's none of that here. We don't do that kind of thing.
I'd end up in a crab food.
Yeah,
right?
they call me Tommy Two Crabs. We got a freezer there, and we put you in the freezer, and then we cut you up with the, look at that crazy guy. And we cut you up, with a bandsaw and put you in a crab pot.
That's brought in.
Yeah, what we want is people to come here and have an experience and learn about what the fishing industry really does to their community. Because when we grew up, you and I both grew up, the tax base was farming, logging, and fishing.
Right.
And those three things paid for everything. And now we've lost those. And therefore we lost a lot of what keeps our communities, our schools paid for, our roads paid for. Those things did a lot for our community.
But a lot of people out there don't make that connection.
Yeah.
And they wonder why things are, because tourism is good.
Yes.
And it brings in money, but it doesn't bring in the money that fishing, timber, and
Farming.
agriculture used to do.
Yeah.
It's all agriculture, really.
I would encourage people to come to our community, and when you come to our community, learn about the community, see the Astoria Column, drive across the bridge, go to the Maritime Museum, and learn about what really makes the people thrive here in our community, which is we're the people that are here. It's much like Portland. There's a small percentage of us that grew up here. Right. Most everybody's coming from someplace else, and what we would like is to enjoy our place, respect our place, pick up after yourself, and just have.
And remember where you guys came from, because you can bring new in and everybody's welcome, but just respect the foundation of this community. The hottest thing in social media right now is live, and we are doing it like nobody else does. I invite you to join us on my Rick Dancer TV Facebook page. You can follow it or ask to friend it. And usually every day we're doing something live in the community to tell you something new and different that's going on in the community. So, and we don't do news stuff. We're not doing anything bad. We don't do junk. We do good stories. We do stories that are positive, things that are going to affect you, things that are going to make you think. I really hope that if you are on social media that you'll join us over on Rick Dancer TV, usually weekdays around noon, but like I say, we are so busy, we are on anytime, so just hit the button on there that says notify you and we'll be there. So thanks again for watching Rick Dancer TV, and join us over on Get Real with Rick Dancer.
Mission of OWA is to communicate the story of Oregon agriculture. Signs are one way where if you're a truck driver driving down the road, or if you're a family on vacation, you can drive by and see the sign and go, oh, I wondered what that crop was. Over 220 different commodities grown in Oregon, and a lot of people don't understand that. And this is just one way of us showing them that, yeah, we grow red clover, we grow sugar beet seed, we grow hazelnuts, green beans, corn, and a lot of different looking crops that people can't identify just by looking at them. So it helps to have a sign. Portland down to Klamath Falls, from Corvallis over to Wallowa Lake. Driving down the road, you're driving down a field and there's a crop ID sign. Well, there's a person that lives there, that they're growing those crops. We want to communicate what the story of ag is, and the true story of ag, and who the real people are that are the farmers or ranchers. And in Oregon, 98% of those farms are family-owned. Agriculture is something that is a strong part of the economy in Oregon. It's really misunderstood in a lot of ways, and it's just one way of actually still telling people this is who we are and this is what we do.
Credibility is huge. I mean, you put the facts together and you tell the story, the complete picture, then that builds your credibility. Trust is key, because if they don't trust what it is that you're doing every single week, then they're not going to subscribe to the paper, they're not going to buy the paper, they're going to look for other sources to find the news that they want.
You guys know I like to show you new exercises, and this is one that one of the trainers at our gym showed me the other day, and it's so awesome because it really works your core section, but you need a really big ball on a string.
So I'm walking about with a backpack and a sack full of jack, trying to catch a train headed out west. Whoa, and you know I'm so high, so high. I'm looking for a man who promises sweet deals and cheap thrills. So I jump up on my train and I sit down what I own. 'Cause you know I can get used to my new home, babe.
What we offer is a source of news that can be trusted. It's in an era where everybody's trying to be the first to get the news out. We actually do some research and talk to the sources and get the story and all the details behind the story.
As you get older, you start finding nose hairs and things growing out of orifices in your body that you never knew even existed. Well, the Pearl Day Spa called me and said, Rick, we can take care of those nose hairs for you. I didn't know it was going to involve wax and a little piece of wood and a yank.
Okay, we are doing a nostril waxing, both nostrils. I'm going to shove it up there. So what you want to do, you want to hold it open. You want this here.
There you go.
And you want to have your other finger here so you're not going. And then we'll turn it this way and pinch it. Because it's not going to rip all the hair out of this one.
You have to do them at the same time. There needs to be a photo. Because it doesn't have to stay flexible.
Yeah. Okay, ready?
Yep. Oh.
Not too bad.
Oh, yes.
Gross.
Glorious. I'm so excited.
That doesn't hurt that bad.
No. It's really important to hold this, okay? So your eyes...
I can breathe better.
So that's a lot.
Yeah.
That's a good. That's a good.
will tell you, about our food is that we prepare everything from scratch. So we make sure we hire people that have the passion for making food. That's one of the ingredients. The other one, we make sure that our recipes, they use the ingredients that we tell them to use. And before we put it into the market, we make sure we test, try it. What I love about this business is the people. I'm a people person, so I love to interact with people.
Every month, Ranchito Grill teams up with Rick Dancer TV to give away 2 free dinners to some lucky winner. All you got to do is go into Ranchito Grill, have dinner, fill out your name, your phone number. We'll draw once a month and call you and let you know right here on the show if you are the winner.
What sets me apart from other agents in the area is that I'm reliable, responsive, and relaxed to work with. Hi, I'm Katie Hallert from Equinox Real Estate and the Hallert Real Estate team. I'm here in Eugene, Oregon. I'm passionate about what I do because when it comes down to it, I'm a really good problem solver. What makes my team unique is that we have buyer's agents who also are listing agents.
Hi, I'm Angie Smith. I would recommend Katie any day of the week, and she was my go-to choice for real estate because she knows what she's doing. She values you as a person, and because of that, you'll get the right thing.
You can contact me at katie@equinoxrealestate.com or directly by texting me at 541-285-0040, or you can also call as well.
Another place I really love on the Oregon coast is Yachts. Just as you get out of Yachts, there's this little motor lodge that sits on the side, Dean's Oceanfront Lodge. And my wife and I have driven by there 100 times, and we've always said we should just go stay there. But back in the day, it was a little sketchy. We got there, they've refurbished it, we talked to the owners. You gotta see what this place is all about. Who you guys are?
Yep, my name is Glenn and my wife Catherine, and we own Dean's Oceanfront Lodge here. And my wife grew up in Oregon, and I'm from Massachusetts.
And this is your retirement?
This is my retirement, yeah.
A motel.
Exactly. It's a lot of work. When people say they're going to retire and own a motel, we just laugh at them,
Thanks, man.
So yeah, we bought this place in 2009. We both worked in the high-tech industry for quite a few years and got tired of the constant threat of being outsourced. And my wife quit her job, and I held on with doing 2 jobs for 4 or 5 years, and then finally took early retirement in 2012.
So tell me about the motel. So this is like an old motor lodge.
It is, yeah. It was built in 48, opened up in 49, and they used to park, like I said, out back there, so you'd be looking at your car instead of the ocean. They really didn't care about that back then because the car was the big thing back in 49. People were getting freed up from being in the city and could come and travel. And they had buses pulling here, and they used to have a dining room on site too. We had have an old menu in the lobby, like ham sandwiches for 49 cents sort of thing.
So what's the donut thing? I mean, where do you get these donuts, and what's that story?
They're local donuts made in Portland, but Dean's has been serving coffee and donuts for years and years and years, and so we just kind of carried on the tradition to have some fruit and donuts for the guests here, and they don't count when you're on vacation,
So how much work has gone into this? I mean, you got this in 2009, and did you do the walls? You had pink tile.
Yeah, we freshened everything up, put new sheetrock on the ceilings. We put the whitewash paint in, all new floor coverings, new beds. Everything you see in the room is new, the drapes and stuff. And it was pretty tired and a lot of stains in the walls and that sort of thing. So we freshened it up, and it's kind of continuous. Now we're redoing all the bathrooms and making them a lot more safe for people to get in and out of the shower, sort of thing.
So what's the next thing? What's your dream for this place?
My dream is to not have a major project for a couple of years and take it a little easier, but we enjoy running it, and we have a lot of free time now where we have a really good staff who take care of the place for us, and sometimes I don't come into work for a couple of weeks and nobody misses me, so that's the best part,
Okay, so the thing I saw on the sheet that impressed me the most is you guys, if somebody comes in 30 minutes after they check in, if this is not what they want, if this is not what they want to do, you'll give them their money back.
Exactly. We don't want somebody to come away for a vacation and not be happy where they are. It doesn't do anybody any good, so we'd rather have them go someplace that they'd rather, and we can always have plenty of guests who like this kind of place.
So do most people find they come in and they're shocked or stunned, or it's better than they thought, or?
Yeah, I think a lot of people, especially the drive-bys, are thinking, ooh, that's kind of a Motel Bates looking place from the outside, but they come in and they see how quaint it is. My wife did all the decorating, and they love the charm and the different themes in the room, so they're mostly pretty happy when they come in.
So the Oregon coast for you guys?
We love it here. We especially down the southern part of the coast here, because it's quiet and it's not, away from the big cities and the crowds, and you get the beach all to yourself.
You're not Lincoln City.
No, exactly, yeah.
So this place used to have pink doors, right?
Right, pink doors.
So you get people coming by here all the time and going.
Yeah, we were a little scared, back in the day with pink doors and green walls, but now we see you freshen it up, so they stop in and check us out.
Now that you freshen it up, they're not afraid of it anymore.
Yeah, exactly.
They're not thinking this is the Bates Motel or anything.
Exactly, yeah.
Yeah, no, you did a good job. All right, you guys, welcome to Get Real with Rick Dancer. This is Patrick Olson with Patrick Olson Auto Repair, and tell them where we are.
We are out at St Vincent dePaul Youth Services House for youth.
So this is a church. It used to be a church, and it's going to be transformed into a place for 13 young women to come and live and get services so that they don't have to live on the streets, and so they will actually have a house. They'll have services provided, all kinds of stuff like that.
Yeah, nice kitchen, bathrooms, everything you basically need to live in a clean, safe environment, opposed to out on the street.
So let's kind of go in there and we'll go talk to them. We got some people here to explain. Somebody from St Vincent dePaul Direction Service is also going to be involved with this project, as is Hosea Youth Services. So we're going to find out a little bit from all of them on what it is. But let me first show you what this looks like. Okay, you guys, so this is the place. Check this out. So it used to be a church, a congregation, and the congregation sold this to St Vincent dePaul, and St Vincent dePaul is going to make this soon, at the end of the month. We think that 13 young women will be living in here. A ton of work's been done to this, because when we came out last time, it didn't look like this.
Oh, it was terrible. Absolutely terrible. The walls were disgusting. The flooring, some of the electrical, a lot of the electrical was all torn apart. It needed a total remodel, so the windows needed to be gone through, the doors. So what they've done over the past several months is incredible. All the paint, all the hard work, all the volunteers that are out here, it's amazing.
Yes. All right, so this is Paul Neville, and he's with St Vincent dePaul. So tell people how this kind of all came together.
4 years ago, we started a program, we were providing work to homeless teens and unaccompanied teens that were not with their families. And we gave them 20 hours of work during the school year with the aim of trying to induce them to stay in school and equip them to stay in school. About a year and a half ago, we found out that this church was available. It was a rundown 60-year-old church. And the congregation, ironically, was moving downtown to work with the homeless in downtown Eugene. So we came in, they gave us an option to buy this, and we went to work creating a program that would take that work program that we started 4 years ago to the next level by providing these kids with secure housing, which in the case of homeless teenage girls is extremely important, emphasis on security and safety, and providing them with food, education, opportunities to get their education, a lot of help along the way, community support, health services, and whatever they need over the course of 2 years. They get to stay here rent-free for 2 years, whatever they need to prepare for the next stages of adult life. And our primary focus is on education, because we believe that's transformative for kids.
So are you guys going to have like teachers and staff here that are going to help with that, or are they going to still continue to go to regular school?
They will get advice, counseling here, but our aim is to get them back in the classroom. Some kids will be doing a high school equivalent, GED or an equivalent, but our aim, our hope is to get every kid here back into the classroom, or stay in the classroom, depending if they're there already.
So let's talk to Hosea Youth Services here. Come back. We're going to go back this direction. So Patrick, get in the same position you were.
Back in the middle. Do you need?
No.
Okay, I'm off. Serbu.
Okay.
Goodbye.
So, go ahead and introduce yourself.
Hi, my name is Joshua Frank, and I work with Hosea Youth Services.
So what are you guys going to be doing in here?
Yeah, so we'll be managing the day-to-day operations, coordinating with volunteers and mentors and different tutors who might want to come in and help work with the youth, help get them back into school, help teach them different skills, and be in their lives.
Okay. So you guys are going to be here 24/7 then? Somebody's always going to be here with the kids?
Yeah, so we have a day manager who will oversee the entirety of our program, and then we have a live-in staff member.
Okay.
How many kids? How many girls?
We'll have 13 youth who can live in the home. We're super excited for that.
How do you select them? I mean, what's that process look like?
Yeah, so youth will fill out an application and then we'll screen it. They have to meet some pretty basic criteria. After that, they enter kind of it's like a wait list, but it's not necessarily a wait list. It's more of an application pool. And once they get to the top of the list, we'll contact them and conduct an initial house interview, and they get to move in.
And who are you guys going to be outsourcing to look for some of these teens? What companies?
So the big one will be the 15th Night Initiative through their RAN network. So we're going to put out our application, and they're going to help us contact different service providers in the area. So Looking Glass, Direction Service, different schools, the McKinney Vento liaisons.
So for you guys as Hosea Youth Services, why is this so perfect?
Oh man, it's a match made in heaven. So our mission as an organization is to help youth create and sustain healthy lives away from the streets. So this house is perfect for that mission because it allows us to do all of that and then also offer housing for an extended period of time.
It's great.
So as part of being a business owner in a community, being a participant in what happens in your community.
Yeah.
So we are at the new, it's the St Vincent Hosea Youth Services Youth House.
So are you guys going to have like teachers and staff here that are going to help with that, or are they going to still continue to go to regular school?
They will get advice, counseling here.
And this is going to house 13 women who are homeless.
Yeah, I'd like to know what's going on in the community. We did, was it last year, we did the Out of the Darkness walk over at Alton Maker Park. And seeing how much, I saw how many people were affected by things like suicide.
There's a client of ours, Girls Ross. We got a room. A young lady who has nowhere to live is going to get to come in here.
And it's like, I don't do it to get people to come to my shop. I do it because it's like I enjoy being out in the community. I like seeing people. I like talking to people. I like hearing what makes them tick.
You know, one of the gifts that cancer gave me was the ability to live my life imperfectly, to not worry so much about what other people think or what even you think. Doesn't that sound refreshing? To live your life imperfectly. That's why we're here. The sign on the back says, the real secret to a fabulous life is to live imperfectly with great delight. So my challenge to me and to you is to live our lives imperfectly. You know, it's not going to kill you. Good night.